Pretty excited for tomorrow. It's my debut as a pro at the World Championships, and I'm kind of, last year in Geelong I was the hot favorite for the under 23 race, and this year I'm sort of coming in with not really any pressure, and I'm feeling good. I came off of half of the Vuelta. So I'm feeling good. I'm excited. It's a good course for me, and we'll see. But that's about it.
So you're kind of not last year you were the favourite. Where do you stand this year in terms of the pecking order, in terms of favourites?
I would like to consider myself as sort of an underdog, somebody who could maybe have a result on a good day. I would like to be top 10 for sure. If I was top 5 or maybe on a really good day, podium, that would be a dream. So that's the goal. The ultimate goal is the podium, and obviously there's the best time trialists in the world here, so I have realistic expectations, but I also know that it's a good course for me, and I've had a couple of good results recently, and so hopefully I can build off of that.
Sure. You mentioned the course. It does suit you. I mean, it's kind of similar to Eneco. It's quite flat. It's a few technical turns. That is obviously a great advantage for you, and especially with the confidence that you've got from a result like Eneco.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely similar to Eneco, with the potential of having rain as well, and all the corners. It does remind me of doing a time trial in Holland with all of the corners in the last 5-10K. But yeah, 5th at the Vuelta time trial. I was really, really happy with that. And yeah, like I said, hopefully I can build off that.
We talked just before the Vuelta, and I think you said something about the fact that you've grown up a lot in the last 12 months. What's been the kind of tipping point, or what's been the reasoning behind that? What happened?
Well, last year I ended the season on kind of an ultra high. I was at the top of the world. I won the under 23 World Championships and just signed this contract for a whole buttload of money, and I was going to be a pro next year, and I had this girlfriend that I was trying to impress, and just all these things sort of bundled together and turned into a force against me, and I was not really as focused on my job as I should have been, and I paid for it in the early months of the season, but around February, March, more the late end of March, Max Sheandry, who works with our team, he's an assistant director with BMC. He lives near me in Italy, and he kind of picked me back up and put me on my feet, and I just started to really ride my bike and really love training and setting goals, and it's been a build up from there, and the last half of the season has been really really successful for me, I guess I can say. With the win at Eneco Tour a couple of days in New Jersey, I was very happy with that, and then to be able to do more than half of the Vuelta, half was the plan, and I made it a couple of days longer, and so I'm really happy with where I am. I'm happy that I learned the lessons that I learned early on in the season. I always kind of feel stupid talking about it, because you would think that I shouldn't make these mistakes, but everybody makes mistakes, and luckily I've learned from them, and I'm more excited actually about going into the winter and doing things right and coming out next year and really having a good year.
Sure. One thing, how much is a buttload of money? And secondly,
you would like to know that, would you?
Well, of course.
You would just died.
And the second thing is, I mean, is there ever, on a serious note, a danger in the back of your own mind that you think, will I ever slip back into those kind of casual ways of how it was at the start of the year?
Yeah, for sure. There's always that, there's always that worry. I had last winter. I always had my dad getting on my case. He was like, you should probably be riding more than you are. And I was riding, but I was, kind of obsessed with going to the gym and doing all these different forms of cross training, like running and hiking, and when I should have just been riding my bike. And so as any young son hates to do, I should have listened to my dad. But there's always the potential that I could have that happen again, but I know the pattern of that and how it evolves, and I've definitely changed a lot in my ways and had to become a lot more professional with how I treat the sport. And I know that if I want to be successful, I have to work really, really hard, and I know that now more than ever, and I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, and next year is perhaps going to be, in some ways, even harder because the team's a lot stronger than it was this year.
Yeah, we have.
So you have to fight for places just to get into races.
We have some huge names coming on the team next year. Yeah, and it's gonna. This year we had a stacked classics team, and next year we have an even more incredibly stacked classics team. So when it comes to making the selection for the races that I really want to do, like Flanders and Roubaix, that's going to be, I'm going to have to be on my top game, and I've already proven myself earlier in the year, so that's extra motivation for me in the winter, and I want to do as many races as I can with guys like Hushovd and Jobert, and just learn from them as much as I can, and help them out with their own goals, and try to get the team up there, for the win in those races. And so I'm really motivated for that, and motivated to come out really on fire in the beginning of the season. And the main goal next year is the Olympics, the Olympic time trial. Hopefully, we'll see how this time trial goes tomorrow. That'll be a big indication of next year. And so I'm happy with where I am now, and I'm excited to go forward and keep doing the work that I need to do.
Sure. Final question: who's going to win the men's time trial?
That's a good question. I would pick Tony Martin as the favorite coming in, just based off his results at the Tour de France and the Vuelta. But I do think that it's a course that would suit Fabian better than Tony, just with all the turns. I feel like Fabian just kind of has a knack for courses like this, and I know he's also kind of playing down his chances. He sort of sees an opportunity to put a lot of pressure on Martin because he has beaten him in the past couple of time trials, and so he is in a nice spot where he is a returning champion, but he doesn't have a terrible amount of pressure on him because he's not an overwhelming favorite. So I would say Fabian is going to win tomorrow.